Hi everybody! So today I am going to be doing my birth plan video. Finally. It looks like everything is working out, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started with our plan. I was having a lot of issues just the past couple days trying to figure this whole thing out because I was originally planning on giving birth at a hospital here, which is still a pretty good hospital, but after our registration I decided that they just were not lenient or flexible enough for me. So I decided to look into home birth and going to a birth center with a midwife that I know and feel comfortable with. So luckily today we met with a midwife who still had availability to be my midwife, be available to me 24/7, and we are giving birth at a really nice birthing center. We decided to go with birthing center as opposed to home birth just because it's just a little bit easier on the midwife because we are very last minute, and it's just easier for us to go to the clinic, which the clinic is really awesome. It's very homely. I will have pictures of the clinic in my Facebook, which will be in the description box if you want to go check it out, but it's awesome, and the midwife is really nice, and I'm just so relieved that we're going to be able to have this experience. So we do plan on giving birth at a birth center. So my reasoning for not wanting to do a hospital birth anymore was when we went to the registration, first of all, I got kind of stuck with a midwife that I wasn't really comfortable with. She didn't seem very friendly, and I just kind of felt like I need that reassurance that I know that the person is going to be friendly when I go to give birth. I think it would make it so much easier on me not to go under stress while I'm in labor if I know who's going to be taking care of me. And at the hospital, they're just going to give me whoever's on staff. And I just feel like I would really tense up if I knew that, if I didn't know who was going to be doing it and that it could possibly be the one that I registered with. Another big reason is the electronic fetal monitoring. It's not something that I want to be doing really like as frequently as they were going to be making me do it. I was willing to, you know, maybe come to some kind of agreement with them on maybe just doing it upon arrival and then doing the Doppler. They have guidelines at the hospital that they must follow. They just have to. So I was really disappointed because I've heard a lot of negative stories even about just the electronic fetal monitoring belt, the one that you can walk around with freely. A lot of people get really frustrated with them, and I just did not want to have that burden if it wasn't absolutely necessary. If it was absolutely necessary, then of course, like if I was showing any signs where the baby could be in stress, or if I had high blood pressure or something, I think it makes complete sense. But I think for every woman to have this annoying piece of machinery on them while they're giving birth is not really fair, and there is no proof to show that electronic fetal monitoring improves the outcome of births. So now we'll go ahead and talk about like my straight up birth wishes, which I have the section right here at the top, just kind of like simple things that I think will help make my birthing environment, you know, right for me. My first section is during labor, I'm going to read it straight from the paper just because it'll be the fastest. I would like dim lights, few interruptions, few vaginal exams, be able to wear my own clothes, my partner stays with me at all times, to be able to film and take pictures, stay hydrated naturally, not using an IV, be able to eat and drink, move around as much as I want, use the birthing tub, and take a shower. So those are just some of the things that I wanted to do in the hospital that I was registered at. Didn't really have too much issue with any of my wishes. They did say that because it's my first birth, they don't think a water birth would be the best idea, which I thought was stupid. That's another reason I decided not to give birth there, because they have a perfectly usable birthing tub there, and it was just kind of a bummer that because I'm having my first baby, they were like, oh no, probably can't do it in the tub. So yeah, but those are my kind of basic wishes. I am okay with using the fetal Doppler for monitoring the baby's heartbeat because it is the easiest way for the midwife to be able to do it at the birthing center. It's very intermittently, it's not going to be very often. Alright, so let's talk about pain relief. So for pain relief, I am choosing to go all natural with my birth. That is my plan. I really want to have this experience the way nature intended it as much as possible. I just really want to do it all natural, and I think it's good that I'm going to the birthing center because at the birthing center I will not have the option of pain relief. She does not have epidurals, anything that gets rid of the pain. So basically I will be using the birthing tub that they have there, or my husband will be giving me a massage, and I'm going to be, you know, just learning how to deal with my contractions as they come, and that's what I really want to do. And I like the fact that being at the birthing center, I won't even have those options available. For delivery, I would really love to have a water birth. I've heard such wonderful things about water births. It just seems like such a beautiful way to give birth, and I would really love to do a water birth, and there is a birthing tub available there. Well, it's a regular bathtub, but it's like a big one that's like in the corner. So that is definitely like an optimal wish of mine. I would love to have a water birth, but I'm willing to try all kinds of different things. A lot of times some people say they want to give birth in the water, and then they just decide to give birth on a chair. So it really just depends on how I'm feeling. And then for the delivery of the placenta, I do wish to birth the placenta naturally as well, but if Pitocin is necessary at that point, then I might be willing to take some, because I'd rather do that than have to be rushed to the hospital. And then for after the birth, and these are all just kind of you know, obvious things that will happen whether you're at a hospital or a birth center. Obviously I want Olivia to be right skin to skin with me. I do want to nurse her pretty much right afterwards, because that is actually supposed to help deliver the placenta a little bit easier, and it's good to establish breastfeeding in those first moments of life, because it really just, it has such a effect on their brain. It just kind of embeds it in their brain. You know, I would definitely like to just have a long moment with her. I would like my husband to maybe take her out of the water. It kind of depends on what's the best for the situation, or me take her out of the water, or whoever, whatever. It doesn't really matter who takes her out, but I think it's nice to have the option of either me or my husband lifting her. We also plan on waiting for the cord to stop pulsating before we cut the cord. And then for going home, typically at the birth center, you go home 2 to 4 hours after the delivery. They just kind of check you to make sure that, you know, you're not bleeding too much. If I am, they would transfer me to a hospital to spend the night. And you know, obviously if there's something wrong with Olivia, the same thing, but I'm going to get into kind of the backup plan, things of, you know, what happens at a birth center if there is an emergency situation. Today when I did meet the midwife, we did have to sign a contract when it came to kind of what we will do in emergency case scenarios, and there are some certain case scenarios that I would have to absolutely give birth at a hospital. For instance, if I have high blood pressure, I would not be able to give birth there. If there's a lot of bleeding, if the amniotic fluid comes out and it turns out to be green, if Olivia's heart rate doesn't seem to be showing up right on the Doppler, there are some case scenarios where I would have to go to the hospital, and if that were to be the case, I would be transferred to the hospital I'm registered at. But if it would be a very serious emergency, there is a closer hospital that will also take me. Midwives are very good about making sure they make the call in time. I mean, the midwife we have has been in the business for 30 years, and you know, she knows what she's doing, and she knows when to make the call to leave. I did want to also mention on your birth plan, it is definitely a good idea to have kind of your backup birth plan. Like if you end up at the hospital, this is what you want. And if you end up having to have a C-section, you know, research, get to know your options when it comes to C-sections. And you know, you can't 100% guarantee that you're gonna get what you want and that things are going to go 100% perfectly. I'm aware that bad things happen. I am also aware that sometimes some people just need the pain relief in order to relax and, you know, just like get their baby out safely, because sometimes when the mom's under stress and just can't deal, sometimes that ends up affecting the baby in a negative way. And sometimes the best way to go about things is to just get the epidural. And there's a lot of times, you know, you end up needing Pitocin, and I do want to make sure, I also did want to mention that when it comes to Pitocin and labor induction, I really want Pitocin to be kind of a last case scenario type thing, and at the birth center they're not very into pushing Pitocin or pushing your birth or anything like that. The world isn't perfect, I am aware of that, and I'm just kind of going into this experience trying to look at it. This is going to be a positive experience. I'm going to go ahead and end on that note because the video is getting already very long. First, I just wanted to go ahead and say thank you to everybody who has, you know, helped me get through these past couple days just trying to get my birth plan all sorted and together kind of last minute. And I wanted to give a special thanks to Christy. I will put her YouTube channel link in the description box. Definitely go check out her videos. I think that she is so cool. Like, she left me 2 awesome video responses. She's a doula, by the way. And she just, you know, really in-depth information about what she thinks will be best for me, and you have no idea how much you helped inspire me to just not give up, get going. And now I have my plan all put together, and I'm really excited that it's all working out. And just again, thank you guys all so much, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!